Good day, beautiful souls. This is Dr. Lisa Medhus. Joining me is Ginger Bailey, extremely awesome healer, life coach, medium, etc. Her information is on the screen and will be in the description box below. And who are we going to talk about with the help of my son on the other side, Erik Medhus. Hi, Erik.
Yep.
We're going to talk
Hi,
about,
Mom. I love you.
we're going to talk to Ozzy, aren't we?
Yes, Ozzy is ready. I've uh I've been talking to Ozzy now since he passed.
Yeah.
And just very like I just love his energy. Okay. But I want to say something really quick. Something that people may not know about me is that I grew up in the 70s and 80s and I was a metalhead. So I did go to a lot of metal concerts,
Wild
including Ozzy.
girl, wild
Including
girl.
Ozzy, yeah. And I have this leather jacket that my mom had bought me in seventh grade. It was my first one, right? It had white lapels, that 80s
Oh,
look, you know. And it was
wow.
black with white lapels. Anyway, I still have that jacket.
Wow.
But I grew up in the time in the 80s when people dressed, it was kind of like
That's so
very, very
cool.
very
I did not,
colorful. A lot of spandex.
oh, yeah, really. I did not know that about you. That's great. You're
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
too young for that. All right. Well,
Yeah.
you know what I did not know is I did not know much about Ozzy. I certainly didn't know that that your name, honey, is John Michael. John
Yeah.
Michael, Ozzy
Yeah.
Osbourne, that you were born in 1948, of course, died this year. And what they say about you, Ozzy, is that you're an iconic English singer, songwriter, and television personality. Your reality TV show was awesome. I was hooked. And you were the front man of Black Sabbath. You helped define heavy metal in the 70s with hits like Paranoid, War Pigs, and Iron Man. After
Mhm.
launching a successful solo career with tracks such as Crazy Train, oh my God, when I hear that, it's in my head for days.
Yeah, mine
And
too.
Mr. Crowley, Ozzy, you became really a global rock legend, didn't you?
Yeah, he's saying thank you. He's saying thank you, Elisa. Lisa.
Oh, you're welcome.
And he's wearing his iconic black, of course. He's got it looks kind of like a tank top under a jacket, like under just a
Okay.
casual leather jacket, and just casual black jeans that he has on. And he's very relaxed and laid back, and he's kind of just laughing at me. He's been kind of being funny. We've been bantering back and forth for a bit.
Oh,
Um,
sounds
but
fun.
it is, and he's very funny. Now I have to say something. I don't usually filter Erik. Okay, I know he has the F word a lot, and I
I
don't.
think
He for
that's
some
wow.
reason, yeah, yeah, for some reason it doesn't come through a lot when I'm channeling Erik. I don't know why,
I don't think
but sometimes,
he doesn't drop F-bombs as much as he used to. I think
yeah,
he did at first because he wanted people to realize that he's approachable, that
right.
he's not this elevated guru that goes, woo
Right, like it's all,
everyone. Yeah, right,
untouchable
right,
reverence on the other side.
right.
But Ozzy, let me tell you, there's probably going to be some f bombs today because
That's
that's I
fine.
know every other word. So I can't say enough how much I love his energy. He's like, thank you. He's just
That's fine.
so funny. Um, but he's just very thankful to be here
That's great.
and giving
So
him a voice.
let's talk about toward the end of your life. You had so many health challenges. You had Parkinson's, you had addiction for quite some time, of course, and multiple surgeries. So but Ozzy, you're still very much alive. You continue to inspire countless musicians and fans all over the world. So, can we ask you some questions?
Please, he says,
Okay.
please, honored. He's honored.
All right. Number one, and these are all from our wonderful community. Thank you, community. We love you. What influenced your music?
Yeah. So something he's talking about, he's showing me like when he was younger, there were a lot of odds and end jobs. He just couldn't find his like path or his groove. He didn't like school. He wasn't good in school. He had learning disabilities, he's saying. But he just didn't know. He didn't know. Nothing ever worked out. which kind of is a sign for those out there that don't have things worked out, working out for them, that there is a path for you and there's a
Yeah,
reason why.
always.
Because he's looking back, he says, as looking back, I know now why those things didn't work out, all the different jobs that he hated. But he's talking about the Beatles, listening to them on the radio. um there was a song that John Lennon sang. If I can get
My
it.
guitar gently weeps, or no, that was some one. Well, I can't remember.
Something loves you. Something loves you. And I don't know all the songs of Ozzy. I don't know all the songs
Oh
of,
yeah, of
just because I listen to metal, I don't know every single song.
course not.
But it's something about She Loves You or Loves You, but it
Love
was a
you.
song
Okay.
that John
I know
Lennon
what you mean.
sang.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
She loves you. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think that was
yeah.
it.
Is that what it's called?
Love
So
you.
he's
Yeah.
saying after that, he goes, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be. He
Oh
says,
wow.
yeah, yeah,
Now, Liz Cross, who's a wonderful mind prober, interviewed you, and we decided to wait so that you can get your footing on the other side. So we don't usually interview dead celebrities the minute they drop dead because, we just want to give you some time. So to
yeah,
all of you guys out there who have watched the Liz Cross interview, I've not, but I'm sure it's great because she's very talented. We just want to give them time. And so I'm hoping that you enjoyed this just as much as you've enjoyed Liz's rendition. So, all right. Is that okay with you?
yeah. Oh, yes. He
A little
says,
bit?
absolutely, absolutely. Love to be here. Him and Erik. He's got like his arm around Erik. Like
Oh,
he's like they're sitting next to each other, and he's got like his arm around Erik. And they've played music already together, by the
oh.
way.
Well, what was your favorite music song in your music, Ozzy?
So there are many, but he says it, Crazy Train.
I knew it.
Crazy
Oh my
Train.
God.
Yep, Crazy Train. He loved singing it, and he loved how the crowd responded to it. And also I'm getting like chills all over. He's it was fucking rad. He goes, it was fucking rad. I wish I could do his accent because I hear his accent.
I
And
know.
I also hear like that when I was doing a little bit of channeling before this, and some meditating, so loud, that eerie laugh that he has. I don't know if you
Oh
heard that in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was so loud in my head, and he thought that was so funny. But there are many songs that he enjoyed singing. He loved his music. What he didn't like, he's saying, is through the 80s, there wasn't that era of the cliche videos, like when they start doing like MTV videos and
Oh
making
yeah.
videos of music.
We didn't like that.
Um, he didn't really like that too much. He
Okay.
did it because that's part of the job,
Yeah.
but he wasn't a big fan of it. Yeah, no,
Okay.
he's saying it was fucking boring.
Yeah, people controlling you all the time. Did you always want to be in
Yeah,
music? It sounds like no, that you took some time to really gravitate toward that field.
yeah, yeah. It wasn't something he like really grew up saying, "Hey, I'm gonna be a rock star. I
I
want to be
gotcha.
in music." Yeah, but he just didn't know. So they're that seeking. When you don't know what you want to be, it's okay because that makes you seek.
Yeah, of
So
course.
yeah.
So, what moment was the first that made you feel like, damn, I'm a fucking success? I'm channeling you too, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So something that he's saying here is it really started when he was solo, when he went solo after Black Sabbath. He's saying that he thought he was done after that. There was a lot of drug use, a lot of being like fucking out of my mind, he just said.
Yeah.
Um, he's saying that when he started solo and met Randy, that's when he was like, wow, I really am. I really am. Because something he wants to say, even though Black Sabbath was getting pretty popular,
Mhm.
when he was a part of that band, he remembers it like being a little like unorganized, not to anybody's fault in the band so
Right.
much. It's just that this was a new thing. They got famous very quick. They didn't have somebody guiding them, he's saying.
Yeah.
So it was really all over
Chaos.
the place. Yeah, chaos. Plus there was just a lot. It was young men, he said, with a lot of fucking money and drugs.
Oh,
And
oh boy.
like just like it was, so yeah, it was like bad combination, and just the freedom of people just bringing you things. And
Oh boy.
yeah, so it was really hard,
So
to
fame got in
even.
your way at times?
What was it? What?
Fame, it got in your way sometimes, Ozzy?
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely, it did. It came on very quick,
But
very
did you
quick.
realize how famous you were at that time? It sounds like you did.
He did, yeah, he did. It was really though when he became solo, and he doesn't really want to say solo. He said it, and then I said it, and then he backs up like it wasn't just me. It was my band,
Oh, that's nice.
my band brothers. Without them, he wouldn't be who he is.
Wow, that's really generous of you. So some say that your first concert, the Blizzard of Oz tour in Glasgow, was your best. What do you think?
So although he does have favorites, he said like a few different favorites, and yes, that was one, but he says one of his best and most favorite, and it's because of the other bands that were there, and just the it just all came together perfect. Like you couldn't have been more perfect in the way that it came all together.
Ah,
Was Monsters of Rock Festival in UK, he's saying. Um, so 84, 84. Yeah, I was 15.
oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Amazing. That's
yeah,
amazing. So did
yeah.
you really enjoy being in reality TV or did you ever like regret doing the Osbournes? I loved it.
So
Loved it
yeah,
for you.
I never really watched that. I that was like one of the first, me, Ginger, I never really watched that too much. I just at that time in my life I, just wasn't into watching
Yeah.
things like, it was new, like reality TV was new. Anyway, he's saying not really, not really. It was very exposing to his privacy. He says privacy too.
So you
Privacy.
regret it. You
Yeah,
regret
yeah.
it. So,
He doesn't on the other side. He knows now, he sees like why these things happen, but yes, he did.
yeah.
He, even though he likes, he likes some limelight on him. He likes that, that's his purpose, right? You got to keep alive out there. People have to see you. It brought his kids, they didn't have a choice. He's talking about, plus he's talking about being pretty fucked up through a lot of
Oh,
it.
well, yeah, I think so. It seemed like you were, but I didn't know
Yeah.
you're slurry because of the Parkinson's, though. Did the Parkinson's also get in the way of the reality TV show a
That,
little bit,
yeah,
or was that
he's talking.
later?
When were you diagnosed? So right around the time that started, I guess, is when the diagnosis came. But he's saying that the drugs and alcohol made it worse.
Oh, yeah.
He's showing me pills and alcohol, and he's saying like that made it a lot worse. The Parkinson's.
Why did it end, the show?
It ran its course, is what he's saying. Ran its
You
course.
ever plan on doing like a follow-up show while you were alive or not?
No, he said they did others like tributes to things. Like he's talking about
Okay.
doing tributes to like, oh, he's showing me other shows they did, that were still him and his family, but it was like the focus was different. The focus was different. Like they talked about different things. It wasn't like following them through their life. I guess I
Okay.
don't know because I didn't watch his stuff, but
Okay.
he's just showing me that there were other times that the family got together and did either, it's not really a tribute, but just talking about the show that they did, and then other things. There were other times they got together to talk about other things, other shows that
Oh,
they
okay.
made.
All right. Did you really bite like a bat at a concert, or was it a dove, perhaps? or both?
He's laughing. So he's laughing because
Tell us that story.
he says, of all the things I did, he goes, those are the things that have stood out through his whole life, right? He was very, very fucked up, he just
Yeah.
said, badly.
Mhm.
Um, he did not know it was real. He's showing me, and he's showing me people throwing things at him like animals.
Oh God.
Um,
Why?
yeah. Just, I guess for him to grab and do things with, right? But which came first? Okay, the bird, the dove he's
Okay.
talking about right now.
Okay.
That was one that he did. And again, he was very fucked up, he just said. It wasn't in a concert though. He's showing me like talking to somebody, like a talk show or something, or an
Oh,
interview.
oh,
Um,
a conference room. I've heard something about that
I
too.
don't know. He's just showing like talking to somebody, talking to
Yeah.
people. It wasn't on stage,
Right.
and there was supposed to be talk about Sharon's idea for doves and peace or something.
Oh,
But here's the thing: he wants people to know he had a certain persona, a certain image. Okay, that was like a show,
sure.
like you get on stage and it's a
Show me.
show,
Yeah.
right? And he was like one of the main type, like I'm trying to get what he's saying here. Rebellious, being a
Okay.
rebellious. That's really what
You're
it
a
all was
rebel. Yeah.
about. Yeah, being a rebel, being rebellious because, the music, the rebel, the be free, kind of thing. He grew up around a lot of war in England, and it's not just that, but he's just bringing that up, and a
Right.
lot of poverty. And he's just talking about that's a really what it was all about. And then on top of that, he's showing me like add the drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay. But yes, to your question, he says he did bite it off and he was disgusted afterwards. And the shots were horrendous, fucking horrendous.
What stops?
I wish I could do his accent. He's showing me he had to get rabies shots
Oh,
afterwards. And I
oh,
think
was
yeah.
that for the bat or the dove?
The
Okay,
bat.
that was at a
Um,
concert, right?
the bat was at a concert. He's saying he thought it was like a fake one until he bit into it, or he wouldn't
Ugh.
have done it. And then he's saying that was okay. I'm getting the order now. He says because he bit the dove's head off. Okay, um, that's why people start throwing things at him,
Oh, I see.
like
Yeah.
like bite this, kill this, bite, that kind of thing. Something he also wants people to know though is that he was a big advocate for animal cruelty rights, the rights of animals, especially in his later days, when he calmed down a little bit. So,
Okay. So were you in like a conference room with the dove? And did you know that was real, but you bit it?
yes, yes, he
Okay.
did know that was real. But something he's saying is he again was kind of out of it. It was like something crazy. He says he didn't plan it. It was like a last minute decision.
It's an impulse.
Something, yes, it was an impulse, and something didn't go right in this meeting, or something just annoyed him. And
Okay.
yeah, and he decided, yeah, instead of letting the doves go, however the plan was,
Oh,
it
I see.
was, yeah,
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I
yeah,
see that
yeah,
now. What did bats
yeah.
taste like? Somebody wants to know.
They don't taste like chicken.
Oh God.
It's so funny. He
What
just
instead
said
of blood?
it was very bloody. It just blood. He could
Blood. Oh
taste
my
blood.
God.
Blood, yeah.
Did you
Blood
have
and hair. Blood and hair, he
oh,
said.
did you have a soul contract with the bat or the dove? And have you all met in the afterlife and are friends?
Not so much a contract, but yes, he has met them on the other side. And no hard feeling. No hard
Oh,
feeling.
no hard feelings. What would you
Yeah,
say
no.
to that bat now? Sorry, I thought you were finished.
Yeah, I apologize. Didn't know. Apologize. I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. All right, there's some that are not numbered here that I kind of want to ask before I continue with the numbered ones. I don't know why they're here because we have 80 numbered ones. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Ozzy, how is it being dead? How different than being alive to you?
I'm a lot lighter. That's why he said
Oh,
it just like that. I'm a lot lighter. He's very. glad to be out of the body. He said he struggled so much for so long in pain,
Yeah.
and especially after sobriety, he's talking about when he got sober. Um, it was hard because,
Mhm.
when you get sober, you don't want to add things like pain medicine and things like that, even though he
Yeah.
did, still at
I
times.
get that.
But it wasn't like him in charge of it. He's showing me like he
Okay.
wasn't in charge of taking his own medicine.
Okay.
um
Yeah.
and it wasn't all the time. But he's saying he feels better, out of his body. But he really, loved his family. He's showing me that he was actually very not very religious, but he was a Christian. Like he
Oh,
did have beliefs of the other
oh,
side.
good, good.
Yeah, he did. But he is light. He feels better, like lighter, better. And he also likes the fact of the understanding that comes with it. He
Oh,
just
yes,
said.
knowing more than you do when you're in your body. Are you still hanging around Earth, or did you go home to Mama, like your song says?
So Mama was Sharon, he said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's who that song was for. He just
I thought
said.
it was for your own mother. Okay.
He's saying it was for Sharon.
Oh,
Like not like calling her his mom, but just like
yeah,
mama, like,
yeah.
yeah,
Like I
his
called
wife.
my husband's Papa. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mama, because she was the mother of his children, mama.
Sure.
Okay. Um, I lost track of the question now. He's showing me that what was part of it about like who he's seen on the other side, Elisa? Because he's showing me people that
You
he's
go
seen on the
home.
other
Well,
side.
we could do that too. I mean, basically, are you hanging around the Earth? Are you like
Oh, oh,
around, or
oh,
did you
he
cross
shows me.
over?
Okay, okay. So he's showing me. That's why he's showing me that. He shows me he stayed around. He stayed around
Okay.
for a bit, but he did cross over. And he's showing me um his brother Randy, his
Okay.
parents. He really, really loved his parents. Like they had a good relationship, he's saying, and missed them. It was very hard when he lost them.
Yeah.
Um, and some animals. I see some dogs at his feet.
Oh,
Were the first, and they weren't just one person that met him. They were all there.
well, that's wonderful. So, have you been active after death? And if so, what you been doing?
So he's showing me music will never end. Rock and he goes rock and roll. He just yelled it, okay. So I had to yell it. Um yeah, he's showing me music. He's showing me that he is very interested in like Akashic records, learning things. He also shows that this is his plan, that, and I'm saying it in a linear sense because that's how our minds here can understand it.
Sure.
But he's, planning and working towards and wanting to help other up and coming musicians,
Oh, awesome.
guiding them a little
I
bit.
felt
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
true. Do you
Yeah.
regret anything that left unfinished at all?
No regrets, he says, but when he was here, he did have a few regrets while here, hurting his wife, who he
Oh,
loved very much.
yeah.
He loved Sharon so much, like
Oh,
she was his whole life. He's saying that he's going. I would have not lived that long without her. Like
wow.
she helped him
Seems like an
so much.
amazing woman. Really does.
Yeah, yeah. And everything he put her through, you know, tr- through the addiction, the fights.
Yeah.
He's showing fighting with fists, both of them. Like, I mean, it got pretty
Ugly.
violent. He said, yeah, trying to kill her. He said, he's naming off all these things that really like bugged him when
Yeah.
he was here. When he got sober, when you get sober, and this is not a reason not to get sober, you have to like live those things. You have to accept the
Yeah.
things that you did, and you have to live through them and feel them. It's important for the
Right.
healing process.
Absolutely. Who are you in the future, given time is non-linear? That's an interesting question. I mean, you probably have more than one future life, but can you
He
pick
does.
one?
He's showing me that he is in another life again with Sharon down the road. Um, he's had many lives with her and the kids, the children in his life, all his children, all of them. Um, he's in music again. Ooh, this is interesting. Wow, he's showing me that he does some kind of healing with music, like in the
Oh,
future. Like this is here on Earth
like
too,
sound
because
therapy.
yeah, he's showing that he has had other lives, and he will like have in a linear sense lives on these other planets, but he's had many here on Earth, and the one that he's showing me now is on Earth, and he's into music still, but it's like a therapy
Like
healing.
frequency healing with
Mhm.
music. That's so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what do you consider to be one of your biggest or your biggest accomplishments, Ozzy?
Sobriety. He just said sobriety.
Oh, okay, that's great. Not easy.
He's saying sobriety, even though he was, in music, and that was a lot of accomplishments. He has many, but he wants to say that sobriety was one of the hardest and biggest things that he did, and he has his children to thank for that, and his wife.
So, do you feel that that's the skill or achievement that you're most proud of?
It is. It is. Because he's showing me how much he did love being a father, okay? And a family man. He really did love that. He really did want that. Even like when he was younger, he thought about it. He really wanted that type of life. He'd seen his parents together. He loved that. He's from a big family, he's saying,
Yeah.
which I didn't even know that. A lot of brothers and sisters, I guess. And he's saying that this was something he always thought about when he was younger. And so when he was not sober, okay, he's saying that he made so many mistakes, and felt like he wasn't, obviously there like he could have been.
Yeah.
Okay. But there were moments that he could see that even when he was under the influence, that this is not okay. This is heartbreaking. I shouldn't
Yeah,
be like this. That's just part of the process, right?
of course.
But he just feels like overcoming that addiction,
That's
you
awesome.
know?
Well,
Yeah.
see, I think we've answered these two questions. Did you regret the way you treated both of your wives, Sharon and I guess the one prior to that?
Yeah, he's showing me his first wife. He just was never there around. He wasn't around a lot.
Okay.
And there was a lot of cheating on both of them.
Oh boy. What did you learn from this lifetime, Ozzy? And I think we'll close with that question and resume part two. But y'all, before
Okay.
he answers that one, hit the like and the subscribe buttons, please, and the notification button.
So he's learned many things. That's what you asked, right, Lisa? The
Yeah.
question was,
Yeah.
what
What
has
did
he
you
learned?
learn?
He's showing he's learned many things, especially with the Parkinson's. He's talking about the limitations, um, finding meaning. He's like talking about like finding meaning in suffering and uncertainty,
Mm.
um, transforming. Um, transforming his like suffering into opportunity. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's many things, though. There's so many things he learned in this life, and a lot of them were how to overcome. Um, oh, he's showing me like guilt, like overcoming guilt too,
Oh, yeah.
like carrying so much guilt all the time. Overcoming that. Um, Learning to be a good father. He says, he always felt like
Did
he was,
well.
but yeah, yeah. But there was many things that he learned. So many, you know.
That's good. Let me see. I'm trying to find something here. Um, I'm just wondering, I have a new product, Ozzy, called Vitalith MD. It's extremely bioavailable minerals and vitamins plus low dose lithium orotate. And I've tried it on one of my colleagues whose wife has Parkinson's. I've tried it on her and no longer has any cognitive difficulties. She no longer has hallucinations, delusions. So I'm wondering if and I developed it by studying the groundwater and soil samples of all these vitamins, minerals, and lithium orotate, and it's all very low and depleted. And it's correlated with high incidence of suicidality and violent crimes and Alzheimer's and autism and ADHD and all sorts of things. So do you think that would have helped you? My nutraceutical?
I
Vitalift?
do. He said, I do. I do. He says, yes.
Some
Um,
some think it's very
there's the dopamine. He's showing the dopamine
yeah,
levels in Parkinson's, something with the dopamine levels being depleted.
right.
And these things can help the endorphins in the brain along with other things.
They're
And
protected, yeah.
people even without Parkinson's, he's saying, have these issues, and that's a lot of addiction that leads to addiction because of, and it's not just coping, like learn how to cope. He's showing like actual chemical imbalances that cause that. Like say somebody just tries a drink and then all of a sudden they're hooked,
Yeah,
because they have that high from it, but it's more
right.
than somebody who would have a good level of dopamine and other endorphins in their brain.
Well, and
Yeah.
again, as some scientists say that what I've developed will be preventative for Alzheimer's. Eric, do you think it's possible there will be in many cases?
It will be. He's showing though that there's going to be other things maybe added down the road. Like there
Yes.
might be something added to it. And he also showing combined with things
Okay.
like sound therapy, things like that. But yes, he says yes, absolutely.
Y'all
Absolutely.
check it out. Vitalith MD. I don't have the bottle yet, but I'll show you. It's a real pretty bottle. What do you worry about the most now that you're gone, Ozzy? Well, you're not gone, but gone from the earth plane.
His family. Did you say who or what? You said
What?
who?
What do you worry
Okay.
about? What
He's
could be
showing
good?
his, he shows his family. He's not really worried because he does see, but he does, he still has I've seen this so many times when people pass, they're more connected to the earth plane, for a while.
Yeah,
And then they slowly like they still are around, but there's just like a difference in the energy
right.
that disconnects more and more. So he's showing like his family. He's showing his daughter really really I mean all his family's devastated to lose
Yeah.
him, but his daughter Kelly,
Oh,
he's
sorry.
really seeing some hard like struggles, big struggles with this. He knows they're going to be okay though, and
Oh,
that's what's good. He's like, I know they'll be okay.
do you try
um
to comfort them though?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. He shows him surrounding them with his energy. Just
Oh,
like his energy, putting his energy around them. So it helps the healing process, and he's not going anywhere. We're all connected, but there is a thing where they're closer or further with the energy, stronger, not closer or further. It goes no stronger or less, stronger or
hey,
lighter.
all
So
right,
yeah.
Eric. And why did you cheat on Sharon, Ozzy? You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but and
He says it's okay. He goes, I will. He's no, no, I will. You have to face things. That's his like word. He's like talking about
face
facing
it,
things,
confronting
facing
life.
things. Don't fear things, he says. Don't stop yourself from doing things because of fear. Don't let fear stop you from anything. Anyway, he's saying that he they just first of all, again, he's not blaming this on the alcohol or drugs, but he was very, you know,
Yeah.
um, screwed up for a while. But when this happened, he was in sobriety. Okay,
Okay.
he's showing me, but he's showing me that his mind still like wasn't right sometimes.
Sure.
And let me see, let me stay in here. It was something that was written. He showed me that was a contract. Okay.
Oh,
This
oh,
is interesting. He showed me it was a contract that he did not know, of course, until the other side.
what's
But he
that?
showed me that there was just this draw between them. It was
Okay.
like a draw, and he can't explain it. It was like it was just something that happened, and you didn't think about it. Like it just happened, and there was something that she brought back in him that he had lost during,
That.
sobriety. He's talking about like sobriety, you lose a lot of yourself at first, trying to find yourself again,
Yeah.
and making him feel like, not that Sharon didn't, okay?
No.
He's saying not that Sharon didn't. There was just something new to it, like something new and exciting, like, to this, and there was just a draw between them.
Were you in the
That's
same
the best.
family and in a life together?
Yeah, yes, yes. Matter of fact, that's, I think you're channeling that because that's something that I was getting in my head right after that.
Yeah.
He's showing that they had other lives together. This person that he was with,
What's in the contract? Why the contract to cheat with this woman?
so he's showing me after this happened and him and Sharon separated and then got back together, that it did something to the relationship, which is interesting how it got even stronger
Oh, wow.
together. Him and Sharon are soulmates,
Oh, that's
by the
great.
way.
Oh,
And so he's showing that things that they went through brought them closer together. And this, he's showing, actually brought them even more together, afterwards. It was almost like they reassessed their love for each other. And you get in a mundane, every day you get in this mundane kind of routine, and, but he wasn't in love with this person. He wasn't in
okay.
love with this person. He's
It's just
saying,
an attraction,
yeah, it was just an attraction thing.
feeling a
And
void that he lost
mhm,
his sobriety.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Did you ever pick up any dark entities, like negative entities or demonic possessions? Do you have demonic possessions?
No, he's saying no to this, but he's saying that, in his darkest hours, in his darkest times, that there were definitely, which he didn't know at this time until after he crossed, there were definitely lower level like energies that would kind of feed on that energy, and it kind of kept him down more. It made it harder to pull out of
Yeah, I
the
can.
addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What caused your addiction? Like, for example, did you have any childhood trauma?
He does show, not like in his family so much, because he keeps talking about how, he loved his family and it was a good childhood, but there was a lot of poverty, a lot of bullying. He got bullied a lot. That was hard for him.
Why were
He
you
showed
bullied? Sorry, I hate to.
Oh, he's just showing, like he didn't have like, the right shoes, or like
Oh,
the
because
way
of
he just
poverty.
poverty. It was the poverty
Oh.
part. And he was bullied a lot, and he would
Well, you're
turn
laughing all the
inward.
way to the fucking bank now, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. I
he
had to
goes,
handle
he
that.
goes, it's fucking wonderful when you could buy a pair of fucking socks and not worry about where the money's coming.
Yeah,
He's making
really.
a joke about buying socks. I don't know why,
That's
but
funny.
like, cause he's showing me like he couldn't afford socks at one time, you know?
No.
And but his childhood, there were some hard times. So what he's showing me though is the learning disabilities too. He got teased
Yeah.
about, he's showing, and he couldn't like learn things. He had a hard time, like ADD, I think, like obtaining information he couldn't
Okay.
comprehend or obtain. I the dyslexia. So he had learning
Okay.
disabilities, and got bullied for those things.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And so he's showing that a lot of the drugs and alcohol came in mostly because of the situation. So where he
Yeah.
was, like the partying and the people he was around and how good it made him feel, and he was just out of control. He goes, it would just take me out of control, like any
Yeah.
addiction. It wasn't like he was trying to hide all that pain. He says, but it was more so, available.
Yeah.
Like it
No,
became
it was
available, and then
easy.
he
That's
just,
the
yeah,
cause of your addiction was not necessarily completely your childhood trauma.
no,
Okay. Did you heal your
no,
childhood trauma? I guess getting famous and having
yes.
everything probably helped that a lot.
It did, but like that didn't, the money, he's saying the money and fame doesn't heal deeper rooted issues, but just things he learned through life. Like we were talking about another one, like things that he learned while he was here. There were so many things. Being loved by his family, and times he would hurt them, and he would see that. This is growth, he says. These are growth moments of growth. And they're healing too, he says. There are a lot of healing in that.
Do you think the drugs contributed largely to your Parkinson's? Or it's a lithium deficiency, your Vitalith MD vitamins deficiency.
It didn't cause it. It didn't cause it per se. It was genetic. He's showing genetic,
Okay.
something genetic. But he's saying it didn't help it, like it would antagonize it,
Okay.
because it does mess with the brain chemistry.
Yeah, of course. I just talked about Vitalith MD, a nutraceutical I created, guys, in the end of the first part. So check that out. Vitalith MD. It is like very, very 52 benefits that are all have scientific citations, several of them for each. It's amazing, even for osteoporosis,
Yeah.
addiction, um, Alzheimer's, etc. So I'll talk more about that on TikTok
Yeah,
later.
anything, Eric's saying anything too, like with the motor, the like nerves and motor things that affect the motor nerves,
Yeah.
the um not just the brain, but I'm trying to get what he's showing me here, like the peripheral nervous system too.
Oh
Like people
yeah.
get like numbness and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah. I mean, look, it's the third element in the periodic table, so it's
necessary.
extremely essential, and we just don't realize it. That's why they call it the Cinderella drug. So very unappreciated. All right, so but very, very powerful. All right, how did you feel about Michael Jackson? I don't know why that came up.
I don't know, but he's funny. He kind of rolled his eyes. he
Oh my
rolled
God,
he
that's
rolled
why
his
you
eyes.
laugh.
Yeah, he rolled his eyes. A little boring, but as a person, and on the other side, it's different. But when he was here, he says he found him boring and annoying.
Oh, really? But have y'all met since on the other side?
He's saying no. He's saying
Okay.
no to that. Not
Don't
yet.
want to be
Not yet.
bored. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's just that he's showing me that there are many, many souls on the other side that are musicians, that he has met that have passed before him. But that's just one of them. He hasn't, not because he doesn't want to. He
Oh
just
yeah.
not really yet. No.
So what musician, famous musician did you first meet? I know you met family and all that stuff, but it's a musician beside Randy, I guess, that you met.
John Lennon.
John Lennon. Okay, cool. That must have been nice.
Yes, very. He says yes, very.
Were your choices always aligned with your soul's original plan? Cool question.
Yeah, very cool question. Um, no, no, they weren't. He
Oh,
shows that he had
detours?
many. Huh?
Yeah, many detours.
Oh, yes. He's showing that like addiction was part of his plan, but free will made it worse. Like it got worse, than it had to be. He he's showing me that he shows me like there's all these different routes that you can take, but there's also the free will routes. And he always took the one that was harder. He's showing me, this is interesting. He's showing me that being an addict is harder once you get sober. The getting sober is hard, but once you get sober and you're there, he says that you look back, at least he did, and being an addict was harder. He says being a drunk, being an addict, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
fucking harder. He was fucking harder like
Oh,
that,
I'm sorry.
to try to like live your life because you're struggling constantly
Yeah,
to keep it straight and hide, and
failing.
you're lying about things,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
you're
Hard
not your
eyes
natural
straight.
self.
Yeah,
I want people to know this guy is the sweetest. Okay. Like I'm getting like chills about this, but his energy is just so sweet, down to earth
yeah,
type of guy. And I feel like he was that way here,
yeah.
when the cameras weren't on him.
I think so
And
too.
even sometimes when they were.
When in the reality show, I did see a lot of that special
Mm.
roundedness and sweetness. All right, what about this is an interesting question. What about the human body stands out to you now that you're on the other side?
What about the human body?
Isn't that crazy? It's interesting.
Huh. The brain. The
Oh,
brain.
I
He's talking
believe.
about the brain. Yeah, he says the brain. The brain stands out.
Wow. In what way?
It's very, very the detail, the okay, so he's showing me how there's just like so much of spirituality, how it comes through the brain, how it affects
Really?
the brain. Yeah, he's showing energy, vibration. Um, that's the one thing that's affected, one of the most things that's affected is the brain
Oh,
with this. I didn't know that. That's
I didn't know that
interesting.
either.
Yeah, but he's just saying the brain because it is something that is obviously necessary for life, but it it just has so much more to it. So
Yeah,
much more to it. Yeah,
fascinating.
yeah.
All right, were you, wait, did I skip one?
More than we know and we'll learn, he's showing. Like more than we know now about the brain, and we'll learn more about it, of things that it can do.
Yeah, of course. Uh, did your drug use lead to long-term consequences like Parkinson's? No, we already answered that. Uh, were you under medication at the end?
He was off and on if needed. He's not showing like a daily like okay, so he shows me like blood thinner or something. Some not a blood thinner. Something that he was taking that he needed for his heart. He's showing me for
Okay.
his heart. He had a lot of weakness in his organs that was
Okay.
happening.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Heart
and
failure?
he did know he was dying, by the way. I don't know if that's one of the questions, but he wants people to know that. I think also he just said people, like a lot of people talking to him, he hears you. He wants them to know that he hears
Oh,
you, and he loves it. He loves it.
okay.
And but yeah, he's talking about his heart and his lungs, and his pain. Like I see bones
Yeah.
or
Oh,
injuries or something that hurt. His
okay.
body hurt. So
Were you physiologically different such that you were able to tolerate extreme drug use?
So do you mean like was it not working as good or was it physio? What do you mean by that?
Were you different such that you could take a lot of drugs and alcohol without dying compared to the average Joe?
Oh, okay. Let me see what he says here. No, no, he wasn't. It just so there are people that it's their path, okay,
Yeah.
if they pass from drugs or alcohol. But his body was just it just metabolized it. It's just there's different people that different ways the body metabolizes, and
Yeah.
his just built up a tolerance is all it was.
Yeah.
He just had a tolerance built up to it. It wasn't anything special more than anybody else. He said
Yeah.
no,
That makes
no,
sense.
no.
When did you realize the damage you were causing to your body? I mean, was it pretty early on when you were in their 30s or was it toward the end?
He's showing me towards the end when he started getting sober. He started having to feel more about his body. Even a little bit before that, he just said, but he didn't pay attention to it as much. So because he really wasn't self-aware body wise
Oh
when he was
yeah.
using.
Oh
So
yeah.
he says when he started getting sober is when he
So
started
you were
noticing the
disconnected.
aches.
Tax
Aches.
for your body probably. It's
Yeah.
not quite anchored in there.
Yeah.
All right, there's a lot about that we won't cover now because there's so many about your transition. So I'll ask some other questions. Um, will there be a cure for Parkinson's? Eric, maybe this is something for you.
They both said yes at the same time. That was
Oh,
funny.
really?
And then he goes, Jinx, Jinx. They're being funny right now. They're
No,
being funny.
good.
Your buddies, the buddies.
Oh,
Ozzy's really good. I think, and me, Ginger, my opinion, I think is a good heart and good
yeah.
father type, right? Because I can feel the love he has, not just for his own children, but others that, he interacted with. So anyway, they both said yes at the same time, and I'm seeing there's going to be a lot of steps to this, but it is going to start with getting the chemistry right in the body, like what you were talking about with the lithium and stuff.
Right.
It's going to start with the deficiencies in the
Okay.
body that cause this.
That's in
Yes.
vitalifmd.com.
Yes, yes. And then they show me like light therapy, sound therapy, things like that down the road a little bit. Um,
Okay.
what was that? What's that? Which one was that, Bella? Oh,
Yeah. All right, let me
oh.
ask a quick question and then mute it again. Did you pick up any psychic or medium-like abilities?
Did he pick up any medium abilities? Okay. Um, no, not that he knew of, even though he was channeling a lot of his music, but not that he really looked at like that.
Oh, can you hear me? Oh, I wasn't muted.
Yeah,
Were you afraid to die the way you lived your life?
no, not at all, he said.
Not
Not at all.
really. Wow, that's
Not at
pretty
all.
amazing.
Not at all.
What
Um,
was okay? Struggles with addiction. We pretty much covered that. Uh, all right, here's one. You, I guess you called yourself the Prince of Darkness. Was that being the Prince of Darkness a rebellion or a deeper lesson about shadow and fear? I'm going to mute.
it was a nickname given to him that he just went with, and it was just part of his image. Um, let's see, he's talking about dark versus light and how they're both necessary. So some of it was, to show a little bit of that, but a lot of it was his image, part of his image. But it wasn't Prince of Darkness. It wasn't like satanic. It wasn't
Right,
meant for that. He's
right.
saying it was more so it was more so a nickname given to him in Black Sabbath because of how they tried to what would this word be? They tried to represent like horror and the cult and like scary movies
Right.
type kind of like thing. I'm trying to get what he's saying about this. So it was just a name, and he didn't really like it wasn't like, okay, I have to be this name. Like, he
Right.
just went with it. Like he's shown like he just went with it. Yeah. So it was just part of the image,
Part of the image you have to be a celebrity, a successful celebrity. Last
especially
question.
that one.
And y'all, please hit the like and the subscribe button, plus the notification button if you want to be notified about part 3, and 4. Did you have to sell your soul to the devil for fame, or was this your life contract? I love that question.
Yeah, I know. No, I did not. He's so funny. It's like, no, how he said that. Um, um, so he's saying that, let me get this right here. It just happened so fast.
Yeah,
This is his words. He's like, it just happened so fast. And it was part of my journey. It was part of my life, part of my contract.
contract. Yeah,
So yeah, so no, I did not sell my soul to the devil. But he does want people to know that don't give up on your dreams. He wants people to know that don't follow your dreams, follow your passions, but don't do it for material gain. He
right.
says that will come. That will come. Don't do it for that reason. And make sure that the people in your life know how important they are.
Yeah, absolutely. So why did you choose the dark, the Black Sabbath, etc., instead of like an angelic, like, Aussie Angel or something like that? Why did you choose the image to be represented by dark rather than light?
Well, he's showing me that was just how it was in that music, the band, the Black Sabbath band.
Okay.
That's how it started, right? But he's showing that get this right here. He's showing like it does teach people, right? It does teach people. I just want to get this right really quick here. Exploring the themes of horror and the occult, he's saying. was part of their image, and it's what sold, right? It's what was selling, and it was what
There
their
we go.
music was about. So he's saying that it is still a lesson, though. He's going, that's still something to teach, even if it doesn't come from the light, because you have to have the dark to appreciate
Right.
the light. So there is a lesson in all of it, he's saying, with that. But it was what was selling at
Yeah.
the time. And so you stay with it. You
Yeah.
know, you don't just change.
No, people need to learn about contrast. I'm sure uh, it gave people the chance to emote the darkness in them, the anger, the fear, the everything that comes with the dark side that needs to come.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. You explore
Anger.
that, you're going to understand the light. Exploring the dark
Right.
helps you find the light. And he says there is a lot of darkness in people, you know, that people push down. And maybe if you're exploring that, you can understand yourself
Yeah,
more, is what he's
exactly.
saying.
And let it out, people.
It doesn't mean you have to
Feel
be
it.
dark. He goes, don't take my words and twist them. It don't mean you have to
No.
be dark. He says just understand why there is the dark.
Yeah. Process the feelings that are of the dark
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
can release them and let them go and let in the light.
Right.
I think we're
Right.
finished there. Thank you.
Okay.
You guys check her out in the
Thank
description
you.
box below, and we'll see you for part 3. Thank you,
All
Us.
right.
Thank you, Eric. Ginger, I love you all.
I love you too. Erik saying, love you, mom. And Ozzy saying, love you. He's going, I love you all. Like that. He's
All
like, yeah.
right. We love you
Yeah.
back. Bye-bye.
Bye.